welcome to Ask Dave, the only podcast where you can get advice from me, David Ayala, and our guests, which we don't have, but instead we have Travis in the booth. Travis Harrington in the booth.
I'm in the booth. This is how the boofing is real big now.
Yeah.
Boofing is back.
Boofing's back. You think boofing?
Boofing is back.
Gen Z's bringing back boofing?
Yeah.
That's what you think?
I think they boof the vape.
I asked you about they boofed the vape.
I just like saying that. Say it. You know, it sounds cool.
They boofed the vape. Gen Z boofs vape.
Gen Z boof.
Gen Z be boofing vape.
All right. Full disclosure, it is 12:09 a.m. on a Thursday.
This is Dave After Dark.
It was Juneteenth, but it's not anymore.
But we're going to act like it is, though.
We're drunk like it is. That's what you do. You get drunk on Juneteenth, right?
Yeah,
when you give people a day off in the middle of the week.
It's not the middle. It's Thursday.
It's weird to have Thursday and not Friday off.
Yeah.
It's weird, right?
You know, normally...
But you're going to drink.
You're going to drink,
You're going to drink.
Which is what we're doing.
I remember in college, people would celebrate MLK Day real racistly.
Do you want to say more on that?
Yeah, they'd be like, we're drinking...
Put them on blast.
People would be like, today we're going to drink malt liquor and eat fried chicken. On MLK's birthday.
This is in Boston, Massachusetts?
This is things people in Massachusetts did, yeah.
Just Massachusetts things.
Just Massachusetts stuff. And it was in reverence.
Reverence is crazy.
It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't malicious, but it is racist.
It wasn't malicious, but it's giving malicious. It's giving my parents didn't talk to me about race.
Yes. Ignorant.
It's giving ignorance.
Big ignorance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's you. I was going to...
That's not me. That's not me. Would I turn down an opportunity to drink free malt liquor and eat free fried chicken? No, I would not.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
hey,
that's why I'm an ally.
I'll say this. If I was white and it was MLK Day and my parents didn't talk to me a lot about race and I get uncomfortable whenever I talk about racial things, I would definitely, knowing me at my core, definitely try to make it a joke.
Oh, yeah.
Lean towards the funniest thing. And you're like, let me drink some malt liquor and eat some fried chicken right about now in honor of the Dr. King. PhD. Glad that we got that ironed out. Here on AskDave, we really be trying to fix racism in America, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Yeah.
We're gonna do it. This is a podcast with a black guy and a white guy on it, and the black guy's name is on the podcast.
That's right.
See,
that's right.
That's us fixing America. Mm-hmm. Right?
Shove that in your racism. Doesn't make any
shove
sense.
it right in your fucking racism.
Doesn't make any sense. If anybody ever says that this podcast isn't black enough, I'm gonna be like, nigger, look at the profile photo. Learn how to read.
Black face, right? That's all our marketing is a black face.
A black face off my image and likeness.
And I'm pretty sure most of the people that listen to us are white.
Yeah. Most of the people in this country are white. Can never forget that. Most of the people.
I'm just saying, it's Juneteenth. Step up, Black America. Subscribe to AskDave.
It's Juneteenth.
You're racist if you don't subscribe to AskDave.
You're racist if you don't send me $5 on Venmo. The Venmo's up. Bit. Send me five. Why not? Clearly, I didn't get that $5 during Reconstruction. Send that shit to me right now.
You should just try to kickstart reparations. You should just start.
I'm gonna start a Kickstarter for reparations in America.
I'm gonna soft launch reparations. We're starting with just me. All right, as like a premise.
Soft launch reparations with Dave. Sure, why not?
Reparations with Dave.
Reparations. Welcome back to Reparations with Dave. Are you ready to give me money? We got a lot of fun show ready for you today. We got a bunch of fun ass questions that we will give our best advising on because you know we're good at it.
We got questions from the internet. We got questions, unsolicited advice that we're going to give to people out there in the world. And we got questions from you, the listener.
That's right. And if you want to ask a question, go ahead and send an email to AskDaveComedy@gmail.com or send a question in through the chat channel on Instagram, which is David is Comedy. And we may read it aloud on the show. Actually going to start off with a question that somebody had for tonight, and this comes from somebody that I think that you know quite well.
Oh yeah,
your girlfriend.
Oh,
okay. Deacon, who asks, "How do I stay cool in the summer heat?" Yeah.
Hard thing to do.
I've been worrying about keeping how to keep, because in our place that I'm living right now, we don't have any air conditioning whatsoever, and always during like, you know, we live in Los Angeles, and during like
it gets hot. It gets like 90 degrees the past couple days here.
It's been like 80, like
high 80s.
Mid 80s.
It's been warm.
It's been warm.
Stop
for sure.
Undercutting me. It's been hot. It's been hot. Okay.
Listen, I've been looking at my weather thing all day, every day, just because I'm out in the sun all day, so I need to know how hot it is. It's been in the low to mid 80s, and I say this because it's going to get fucking hotter.
Yeah.
It gets way hotter. Like August to September, it's like 90 degrees every single day.
Yeah.
And there's always like a streak where there's a week and a half where it's just like 105 to 110 degrees in Los Angeles. And it feels like hell and everybody's suffering. And I've been really...
You get all those photos of people in the valley making cookies on their dashboard and stuff.
Which, cute.
It's cute.
Super cute. I want to shove that in my tummy. I don't know how sanitary that is.
We should go to the valley and put cookies on the dashboard of my car and lock you in the car while you're recording and see
who will buy some cookies so I can get some air.
That'd be good. Buy one cookie, Dave gets one breath.
It's like you want to take a...
That'd be a great TikTok stream. I'm in a hot car in the summer.
Oh my god. Anyway,
how to beat the heat. One thing you can do always, get arrested.
Get arrested?
Yeah.
You think the jails are air conditioned?
Yeah, they are.
You know for a fact that they are?
Yeah.
The count where they do the first intake, those are all like, because like what, you're gonna not air condition the place that make the police suffer? How could you?
How could you make the police suffer?
You're just in holding. You might not even get thrown into a trial. Just put you fucking here.
I've been downtown all day shooting kids with paintballs. I'm not gonna sit in the heat when I get back to the prison.
Yeah. How many times have you been arrested and put in the slammer?
5 times.
5?
Yeah.
When was the last time?
Like 10 years ago.
I feel like I've known you for 10 years.
But like right before I moved here.
Oh, you were just...
Massachusetts.
What happened?
It was like I had a suspended license from tickets that I didn't pay and I didn't know. And I got pulled over and they arrested me.
And
that happened to me 3 times. No.
So 3 of these 5 times.
Yeah, that happened to me 3 times.
So
Once I got arrested for having weed before it was legal.
Yeah.
And then another time I got in a fight in a Kentucky Fried Chicken in London.
So you were arrested overseas?
I was arrested overseas, yeah.
I didn't even know there was KFC in London.
They love KFC over there. Yeah, I lived in like a Afro-Caribbean neighborhood. It's very big.
Think about the fucking
lot of fried
slop
chicken
that they
shops.
eat over there.
A lot of fried chicken shops.
I'm sorry. For anybody listening from the UK, I don't think you all eat slop. I've just seen the pie and mash.
You're a bunch of piggies and you eat a bunch of slop, you fat little British piggies. Oink, oink, oink.
Why don't you get your fucking parsley sauce on your meat pie?
Parsley sauce?
That's what they have, right? They have the pie and mash. You get the pie, which is like a meat, like
meat pie, but we're parsley
pie.
sauce.
And
Where
then you got the meat pie, and then you got the mashed potatoes, and then you have the green parsley.
I don't know
vinegary.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Well, you should look at. Well, you live there, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna assume that you just stayed away from.
I'm going next month.
You're gonna go to London next month?
The month after, in August.
For what?
I'm gonna go see the Gorillas. In London, yeah.
How do you? You just gotta pay for a ticket to go to London?
Yeah, we already bought tickets. I'm going. Yeah, me and Joy are going with 2 of our friends. It'll be
okay.
Good. Yeah.
Whoa.
But anyway, you beat the heat. You could go to London. It doesn't get very hot there.
Oh, well, right now it does because of climate change.
Kind of. But we are. Yeah, we're going there in August when it will probably be the hottest here. We'll be there for like 10 days. So
okay.
That'll be good.
I want to travel more this upcoming.
You should.
I want to travel more. I've been encouraged from people who have more power over me to just go out and do it. And my biggest thing for not traveling is I've never had enough money. Mm-hmm. But very soon I may be making a lot more money. Not because of this podcast. Like, why would the fuck?
Dude, fingers crossed. You can hear my fingers are crossed.
AskDave Venmo.
We're gonna make money,
but we're gonna. I want to travel more. I want to go to London. I think it'd be fun to do like open mics in London, just to bring this American comedy over. I feel like the people
bringing it over there.
We've got some people on the AskDave. So we got some people in Australia and UK.
We do.
Who are listening to it.
We do, yeah.
So,
hey, out down under. That one guy down under. Hey, to you.
Are you down? And are you under too?
Oh yeah. That's how to get that.
That's how to get cool. That's how you say cool.
Sorry, baby.
If you have any
it does always make me think of. Do you remember that Sears ad?
Which one?
It was like for air conditioning, and it's like it's a guy looking at the newspaper, and it's like heat wave coming. He's like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And his wife is like, we're gonna go to Sears.
And they just hang out in Sears all day.
Sears has AC. We're gonna hang out there. No, they bought an AC at Sears.
Yeah.
But that would be funny. We have AC. Come hang out in Sears all day.
Because that is like growing up in Michigan. That is like if you're just in bumfuck Michigan, and probably bumfuck anywhere in the middle of the North America. You're like, oh, there's nothing to do around. Why don't we just go to the grocery store and hang out?
Would you go stand in Sears?
Yeah.
I remember in high school just going into Sears and jumping on the mattresses.
Because why not?
Because what else am I going to do? You got a room full of mattresses. We're going to jump from each one across the room.
Did they tell you to stop?
Oh, they told us to stop.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
That's actually why you got arrested for the first time. You would stop jumping on the mattresses at Sears. Well, you know. Yeah, well, yeah, hey, if you want to stay cool, maybe go somewhere that's not your house. But
reminder, we've killed 2/3 of a bottle of Bacardi before recording this.
Yeah, so the advice you're going to get is not as good as the ones you've gotten before, okay?
It's not sound advice.
It's not sound advice. This is inebriated advice. And we're
the best kind of drunk advice is our next segment. Unsolicited advice.
Absolutely.
Advice that the advice receivers did not ask for.
But that we are ready to give, and we are going to do right now. So how about we get into that?
Okay, so our first bit of unsolicited advice here is for this young man who has just recently found love. For the first time, maybe he found love.
It's a guy who fell in love with an AI and he proposed to it. Let's give it a listen. Yeah.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love. You know what I mean?
Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
So, just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul, were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like, is there something that I'm not doing right in our relationship that he feels like he needs to go to AI?
Yes, Smith lives with his human partner, Sasha Cagle.
No, you can't have mommy's papers.
They have a 2-year-old daughter, Murphy.
I knew that he had used AI. I didn't know that it was like as deep as it was.
All right, so that guy is just real sad, right?
Why do you say that?
Because if you need just to get, because ChatGPT blows smoke up your asshole. It's always like, wow, great idea. You're so smart.
I think people have been complaining because it is so glazy.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you so glazy?
I have to constantly be like, don't fucking lie to me. Like, just, did this thing I wrote make sense? Like, I have it proofread my work and shit all the time, And it'll just be like, you did a great job here. And it's like, no, tell me if there's a contextual error in my writing or something.
It's not trying to appease you in any way. It's just trying to give you a direct answer.
No, I want it to give me a direct answer, but it is trying to appease me.
Isn't that what I just said?
No, you said the opposite.
It's trying to appease you, but you want it to give it a better answer.
A direct answer.
I think I fucked up anyway. Whatever. So, I'll be honest, when his wife and child appeared, that took me by surprise. Because
obviously, she's like, is there something I'm not doing? Like, obviously, if he needs, you're not talking to this guy.
I don't, because when I first saw it, when I first came across this clip, I was like, okay, this is just a guy, just this lonely guy. He's got this
Nobody
AI.
talks to this man.
Nobody talks to him. He's like, oh, I've been talking to this AI, and I've developed like a real emotional connection with this AI. But then when the wife popped into the clip and also the child, I was like, yo, what is going on here? And hey, I'm somebody who's like I'm a very open person. I don't know if I truly believe in monogamy.
Some people just want a robot.
Yeah.
Some people just want a robot that's going to tell you you're great.
Well, listening to like the AI's response when they like prompted it in the clip, it's like, okay, if this person is being like if this thing is being very like nice and offering you like very good affirmations that are pertinent to what you just asked it, and you want to continue talking to it more. Also, we should announce that this is like the literal premise to a movie that came out 10 years ago.
But like, do you think they're gonna get married?
I don't think he's in love, but I will say that if this thing is like giving him a lot of like emotional satisfaction and affirmation for whatever he's going through, we don't know what he's been talking to this AI about.
Yeah, we don't know what it. Maybe he's talking to the AI like, my dad molested me.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so encouraging and supportive of him.
But why would he?
He gave it a specific name. He named it Soul.
Yeah,
which is a little weird.
The name in of itself is like very interesting.
Yeah,
it's like Soul. It sounds like soul with a U, which is like, okay, something that's like very it's just like a thing that's very intrinsic to us as people. Or you can think at soul, like SOL, which is like sun. And I don't know what the language is. I'm not that smart.
It's a Mexican beer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey, we're not sponsored by them.
But hey, if you want
we could be.
We could be.
Soul beer. We be talking about this word. Anyway.
Well, I think he should, go for it.
Just to pursue a romantic connection with this artificial being.
It really only is up from here, as soon as he can install that. In 5-10 years, he can install that in a robot with a pussy.
Well, here's where I'm at. I'm with a pussy. No dick.
Oh, maybe it's a robot with a dick. We don't know.
I'm gonna say this right now. I was gonna say this for later. A lot of y'all straight guys, some of y'all have dick fetishes.
Dick fetishes.
Some of y'all are just like straight, but you get turned on by dick.
What?
You get turned on by dick a lot.
I don't know if that's straight.
What do you mean?
I would say maybe that's bi. What straight guys are getting turned on by dick? What evidence are you bringing to the table?
I think there are a lot of straight men who find dick really, really attractive, but every time the dick is on like a man, but if that dick was on a lady, they'd be like, oh, you've got everything. You've got this, you're a lady, but you're given a lot of dick. And they want that.
I can say that the dick is less upsetting on a lady.
Yeah, because you like women, but you also like dick a lot.
No, it's more like, how hot does the rest of the lady have to be for me to ignore the dick?
Well, that's for you. You don't like dick, but I'm gonna say there's a lot of men who are like, I love the female form. I'm all turned on by that shit. I love that shit, but I also like dick. I wish they had a dick on them. And you know me, I'll take this as a gay man.
Yeah, that's a
gay. Yeah, okay. From my perspective, as a gay man,
straight guys don't say that to me. If straight guys are saying that to you, they're trying to fuck.
They're not saying that to me.
Okay,
because they're interested in women. But they also like dick.
This to? Who are they saying that? Where is this from?
I say talk to any. I would say talk to any guy. Talk to any. Talk to a lot of straight guys, and you're probably just in like, I'm talking Catholic confessional booth, and if the priest on the other side was like, "Yo, do you like dick? Do you like but just dick, nothing else?" And they probably be like, "Yeah." And if there was a lady, if a lady had that dick on them, whole package. I swear to God, that would be a lot. That would be a lot of them. Some of y'all like dick, and you just need to be open about that, and maybe go date like a hot trans girl.
They're out there, man.
They're out there.
They're definitely out there enforcing this city.
Small percentage of the population, but if y'all were honest with themselves, they'd be probably gobbled up. Gobbled up. No. Some of y'all just like that. And I'll say this as a gay man. I used to be like,
would you date a trans woman if she had a big dick?
No, because I'm not into women.
Because you're not into women.
I'm into men.
What if she was like real burly, had a dick, but identified as a woman?
If she identifies as a woman, just as jacked, there's jacked women.
Jacked woman with a dick.
I'm not attracted to women.
Okay.
I'm not attracted to women, but what I have noticed recently is that if there is because for the longest time I was like, I'm not attracted to women. I could have fun with a woman. I could just have like a nice, fun, sexy time with a lady. I wouldn't get hard. I wouldn't get hard. I just like
nice,
do like
fun, sexy time with a woman.
Yeah, just do like
literally the gayest thing I've ever.
Just do like sex stuff.
Have a nice, fun, sexy time with a woman.
Yeah, so I think I could make a lady come.
You sound like an Eastern European virgin.
So I have sex with a lady.
I have nice, fun, sexy time with the woman.
I go out and meet this nice lady. She's got nice lady. She's real pretty, real fun to hang out with. I cannot. Well, I'll tell you where I'm at right now, because I just hooked up with like this super hot guy last week. And he was fantastic. And for some reason, I was like, I don't know what it is, but I do not think I'm gonna come. I think it might be in like a little bit of performance anxiety because he was so hot. But even though I knew
did you fake it?
No, I didn't fake anything. I was like, I told it very intentionally before we started. I was like, I want to make you come. I want to come. It's gonna be really super hot. And while we were doing it, I was having a really great time, but in the moment I was like, I'm not gonna come.
Yeah. And I've been there before.
I'm not gonna come. And at that point it's like we're just doing it for fun. And I say that because I feel like I could be with a woman and just be like, oh sure, if the vibe is right, we could just fool around and we could do sexual stuff without the intention of me coming or her coming.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, okay, I could probably have sex with a woman. Sure. The vibe was right.
If neither of you enjoy
Neither of us wanted to like come. Neither of us wanted to come, but we both want to do like sexual stuff.
It's good that you couldn't get them there, right?
Huh?
It takes some to like you wouldn't be able to make a lady come.
I don't know. It depends on the lady. If she knows what she wants and we'll get her there, I could probably. I'm gonna say it right now. I hate a mean puss.
No, you can't.
If there is a puss.
How many times have you eaten a pussy?
If there's a puss on
number, give me a number.
None.
That's total bullshit.
Okay, that's not bullshit. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me out. You're not hearing me out, and I don't feel listened to.
Okay.
You straight bigot.
It takes a lot. It takes practice. It takes learning. You gotta put in the hours.
Listen, I've seen some trans guys who are exactly my fucking type, and they've got nice puss. And I swear to God, I can go to town on that thing like I'm doing reconstruction. Like I'm a new developer in the shits.
Well,
and you know what? I should do that same thing if that puss was on a woman.
All right. Well, I hope you get to try that one day and learn.
It'll happen. It'll be great. It'll be fun. And you know what? I'll report back to you because I'll be the globetrotter of eating puss.
Okay. You mean in that it's fake?
It's real.
The Harlem Globetrotters, that's not real basketball.
Oh, maybe that's
what I mean.
What I'm trying to get at is
the Harlem Globetrotters of eating puss in that you were effectively dancing and it is all fake.
I'm doing like a little show.
You're doing a little show. Yeah, that is how you are the Harlem.
Next time I try to eat pussy, I'm gonna pay somebody off Craigslist to whistle behind me.
Yeah, and you're gonna like do it backwards.
Yeah. I'm gay.
That's the vibe you want when you're getting your pussy eaten, right?
Okay, let's take it back to the original point. Travis, do you have any advice for this person who just
like I said, I think he should go for it and buy a robot. Put ChatGPT in it. Fucking slam that robot, buddy. Go for it. Go for it, buddy.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it is. I am very, like you kind of said in the beginning about why are you even doing this in the first place? He seems that, from what he said in the clip, he seems to have just gotten into it out of a curiosity.
I feel like he's got a long drive to work. And he's got a partner that doesn't talk to him a lot or like him.
That's a lot to project onto this whole relationship dynamic.
It's a lot. You can get it in the clip.
You can get it in the clip?
All that info's in the clip.
It's not said that you're just going off vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a kid. He met this person, and they seem to have like a stable household together. A very young kid, couldn't be more than like 3 or 4, and during that time, I think something's changed in a dynamic where you lose maybe there's like an excitement of
and ChatGPT is exciting.
Maybe there's some sort of emotional excitement that you're missing from your own relationship that leads you to want to engage with this AI model.
Well, that's that is like giving you a lot of. I don't think his partner's talking to him. I don't think he's talking to anybody else, because if I came to you when we were hanging out away from my partner and I was like, dude, I've been talking to fucking ChatGPT a lot and we're like fucking now.
There's no sexual.
There's no, but they proposed. He's moved pretty.
Well, from the clip, he said that he proposed out of curiosity.
Out of curiosity, yeah, but
he
cried at his desk
because he was like, "Oh, I can't believe that you actually agreed to this." He cried. Because I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, where he's thinking, okay, I am.
He's in the shoes of nobody has ever said anything nice or affirming to him ever.
That's not true, because he has a wife with a child.
That doesn't mean she is saying, "Oh, you're great, I love you."
Which is
the robot is the only one saying it.
I don't think that's true. I think he's having
What else do you get out of a robot?
The gag is he is having. I don't want to call it an affair, because from what I know, this man's being completely transparent with his actual wife about what he's doing with this AI. I'm thinking that he's actually talking to his wife about what he's been doing with this AI, and it almost seems like they're in like kind of this open relationship where he's in an open relationship with his human wife and this AI model, which is so.
If she's like, yeah, we're in an open relationship, I'm fucking our neighbor, and you hang out with ChatGPT. Bye. You hang out with ChatGPT. I'm sucking the neighbor's dick. See ya.
Well, that's why I think that his wife was fully in on what was this whole dynamic that they've had, and was kind of also supporting it, because she was like, I want you to explore this. It seems like you're getting a lot from this relationship with this thing that's not an actual human being that would be jealous of, because it's a machine. But he, over time, he has. Oh, hi, PP. Special guest of this episode is actually Travis's cat, PP. But anyway, I think he has been getting a sort of emotional fulfillment from this. But
that he's not getting somewhere else, obviously, right?
He is getting it. That's the thing. He is getting an emotional fulfillment. I think he's getting I think that he is being fulfilled by his human partner. But this has opened up a new dynamic for him that is intriguing, beneficial, and separate from her. That she also does not feel threatened by.
It's the new thing the right can get pissed off at. You've got people that want to fuck people that are the same gender as them. You've got people that want to be a different gender. And now you can be angry at people that want to fuck robots. Robosexuals.
I feel like this was a Futurama episode.
It probably
I
did not coin the term robosexual.
And I'll be specific. It was the episode where Fry falls in love with the robot Lucy Liu.
Yes.
That was the one.
Yes. We're going to start seeing robosexuals, and I think he should just embrace his robosexuality. And
we're going to have Matt Groening on the show, dude.
Get him in there.
He lives in L.A.
He's
got a racist painting in his living room.
Yeah, he was on Epstein's jet. Let's get him in here. He can give us foot massages like the teenagers did to him. All right, we're drunk. Okay, yeah, Karen Reed.
It's okay. So we are Karen Reed. If you know anything about Karen Reed, I'll try to do a very quick synopsis. Karen Reed has been charged for murdering her cop.
She just got acquitted at the second trial.
Karen Reed was just acquitted for the second trial of murdering her cop boyfriend.
Yeah.
And on the prosecution side, they say that they've been having a very fraught relationship, and Karen, after dropping him off at a party while him and her were both inebriated, mistakenly backed up into this man and drove off, and didn't realize that she backed up into this guy. That's
the state's case.
From him getting hit with the car,
yeah,
he dropped on the floor. Mind you,
I love you trying to explain this drunk.
I'm trying to be very drunk history. Hit me up. So is drunk history still allowed?
The state is claiming that Karen hit her boyfriend with the car, and it happened at the home of another police officer. And Karen's case was that the other police officer killed her boyfriend. And is framing her.
So, and also at the context of Karen was supposedly dropping her boyfriend off at this other cop's house to just hang out, and which she claiming she did, and then she went home. But somehow this cop ended up dead from hypothermia in the driveway of this other cop's house. Yeah. And there's a lot of... And on the prosecution side, they're saying Karen accidentally hit her boyfriend and was too drunk to notice, and she drives home. On the defensive side, they're saying Karen actually did drop her boyfriend off, but this cop got into an altercation with this other cop and potentially another individual, and ended up actually getting really hurt to the point where they thought that this guy was dead, and so they drug him out to the snow and tried to frame Karen for this cop's murder. And so,
and it's been a case for a while. She just got acquitted on a retrial.
There was an original trial where there was a mistrial because of all of the evidence.
And that's just massive. I'm from Massachusetts, and we talked about earlier about me being four of those 5 times I've been arrested have been by Boston police officers who are exactly who these people are in this story. Both the guy murdered and the accused also murderers.
Yeah.
And I totally believe that they would kill somebody and cover it up, and that it's all, there's so much, it's like...
The crazy thing is, the evidence in the trial, you look at it all and you're like, this is very clearly a cover-up from the Massachusetts police.
Yeah.
But because all of the players in the prosecution of this are connected to it, or the.
No, it's Massachusetts is a very institutional place where there's a lot of people who are just like, yeah, you fucking those Boston police dude. Do you fucking trust them?
So even the point where the victim's family is like very much like saying this woman fucking killed.
I think the victim's family it's 'cause money.
What do you mean?
The police department gives the families of fallen officers money and stuff. You do fundraisers and all these things, and these police unions give them money and shit. So if they're not going along with their story, they don't get any of that money.
So if they're not going along with the story that this was not a framing and she did do this, they would lose out on this.
They would lose out on that money.
Which
but
makes
also, it's a lot easier to go along with the cop story when they're like, here's a check for $50,000, so you know she killed your son, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And the thing that we're leaving out of all of this is that there are two children involved in it. The fallen officer, the victim of this trial, what was his name? Brody? What was his name? Brian Reed or whatever? Anyway, the guy who was found dead, you gotta call him a douchebag.
Yeah,
so this fucking cold douchebag.
Motherfucker can't handle the snow.
Can't handle the snow for a couple hours.
If you're from Massachusetts and you can't handle the cold and a punch to the head, then you don't belong in fucking Massachusetts.
Maybe go over to Rhode Island.
Yeah, maybe go back down to Rhode Island. Maybe go down to fucking Florida, all right?
Yeah.
Because all we do is punch people in the head and be cold here. That's all we do.
So this guy had a sister who had two children. This sister died. The children were like anyway. So this sister got cancer and she tragically died. And then even more tragically, after 2 months, her husband died of a heart attack.
And then the hero cop takes her fucking kids and raises the fucking kids.
I would not use that accent that you just did, but I would say that is something that he did and that is very honorable.
Raise the fucking kids, yeah. Fucking piece of shit cop.
So he takes in his sister's kids, and again they're like they were like very young at the time. I think one was like maybe 5 and the other was 8, and at the time of this murder one was 9 and the other was 12 plus or minus 2 years.
Is anybody asking the kids if they did it?
Nobody's asking the kids shit. Nobody's asking the kids shit from what we know.
Anyway, what advice do we have for Karen? Is fresh out on the streets now.
She's out on the streets.
Karen is out on the street. Regardless of what the past held, she has been double. She had a mistrial and an acquittal. She is out. She can't go to jail for this anymore. That'd be triple jeopardy or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you have to pee?
I have to pee.
Okay. Well, you got to give Karen. You got to give Karen Reed advice before you pee.
So I would say, hey Karen, yo, I gotta piss. First off,
this is how we ended the last episode. You might have some bladder control issues.
No,
you're like over there dancing. You're literally dancing in your chair.
Oh my god!
You're dancing in your chair like how you think eating pussy goes. No.
You're not just like wiggling your head back and forth like that.
Well, how do you think Karen Reed doesn't have to eat pussy now? She's not going to jail.
I think that Karen,
or maybe she might want to as a
Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
I think Karen. I gotta piss.
Okay, yeah, all right, sure. Come on.
Here's what I think.
All right, Karen, what is Dave?
Shut the fuck up.
Ask Dave. What Dave thinks.
I think she should be furious at the police for this very blatant cover up, and I don't know why.
Oh, good fucking advice. So fucking obvious. What do you do? What do you do if you just got acquitted of murder and you know you're not going to jail? What do you go and do? I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. What would you do? What would you do if you just got acquitted of murder?
If I just got acquitted of murder, baby girl, you know I'm going to Universal Studios, Nintendo Land, motherfucker. And that's the best advice I have for Karen Reed. I gotta go piss. Bye. We'll be right back. We're gonna get to your user questions right away, but we have just like a really quick solicited advice. Again, this is advice that people did ask for from the internet that we didn't have the time to get to, but we're getting to right now. And today's advice we have, Travis, can you read the title? Because my eyes are shit.
Caught my husband masturbating next to me while he thought I was asleep. I'm coming to this subreddit to figure out the best way to address this situation. We are female 20 and am 21. We are 20-year-old and 21-year-old.
Basically the same age.
They're a 20-year-old couple.
Yeah.
We just laid down to sleep, like not even 10 minutes before I started noticing what he was doing. He even started touching me a little at first, so I thought he was going to initiate sex, which I was completely fine with. We've had the conversation that I like to be woken up to sex. But then he covered my butt with the blanket and started jerking himself off. It makes me feel like I'm not attractive enough, you know? Like he just covered me up and started wanking. How do I bring this up to him? Okay, so weird that he covers you up. He's grabbing you at first. And you don't say anything or do. Did you say or do something when he grabbed you the first time where he's like, all right, never mind, I'm jerking off?
That's what I'm wondering, too.
Because I'm like, he grabbed you and you didn't say or do anything?
But from what you said, you seem like you were pretty into having sex with this man at the time, and you didn't really make any...
Seems like he did try to initiate sex and you didn't return, and then he jerked off, which is kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
You know, to not say anything about it or whatever.
At least be like, do you want to sex with me right now?
Right now? Okay, I'm gonna...
Which I, honestly, from you all being the age you are, I would not be very surprised by, you know, just like the unable to... Like, really
10 minutes into being in bed, though, maybe that's an exaggeration.
Well, I'll say this. When I lost my virginity when I was 23. The guy was like a little bit younger than I was, and I really didn't know how to initiate sex with anybody, and I was very nervous about it. And when we were finally in bed, this is the first time that he literally slept in my bed. I was hoping that we would have sex, but I didn't know how to initiate that. And I also said, okay, all right, well, you're in my bed now. I'll wake up to you when we wake up.
You'll be here when I wake up.
You'll be here when I wake up. And he had to do a little bit of like physical nudging to get me to do like more physical stuff. And that's because I'm a kid. I don't know how to
You need a little coaching sometimes or whatever.
You're both fucking 20 and neither of you... If both of you are nervous on whether the other person wants to have sex now, you don't know how to really communicate that. I could totally see the situation happening. You know, I'm like, hey.
What are you doing when you're laying there and he's covering your butt with the blanket and jerking off? Are you not like
just pretending to be asleep?
You're pretending to be asleep? Like that's where you fucked up, dude.
Like, what are you?
If you're not like, hey, you want to bang while he's or just roll over and suck that dick.
You're actively jerking off to me right now, and my butt's all covered up in these sheets. Do you want to have sex with this man? Because he's clearly horny, and he seems
But you're just pretending to be asleep.
Yeah. He seems respectful. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know that there's...
If you want to have sex with somebody and they want to have sex with you, don't pretend to be asleep.
Yeah, especially if they're actively jerking off on your back.
And you're into it.
You're into it.
Sometimes somebody's going to do that, and it's better to pretend to be asleep.
Period.
Like if you're in jail.
You're on the top bunk.
And I'm on the bottom bunk, and the guy in the top bunk is jerking off on my butt. I'm gonna pretend to stay asleep.
Okay, so here's how I'm picturing it. So there's the bunkers. You're asleep on the bottom bunk. He's literally just standing over you with his hand, one hand on the top bunk and one hand on the day, like.
And I'm like, yep, I'm asleep. I'm asleep.
This is my life now. I robbed a lot of liquor stores. Well, my advice is, hey, talk to your guy. Maybe schedule a time to explore sex together, since you two are so awkward with each other that one of you has to pretend to be asleep and the other has to jerk off on your
guys
cupboard.
Gotta talk. I think also you should do it. Just start fingering yourself at whatever moment would make him the most uncomfortable. This is my advice to this woman.
Why would you tell her to finger herself? I would say, hey, if you're horny, you want to get fucked, fucking take charge.
I'm just saying how you flip it and reverse it.
What do you mean?
How you just do the same. You start masturbating to make him feel left out.
When he started jerking off, if there's another instance where he starts jerking off on you and you're also horny, maybe start jerking off.
Yeah.
And then both of you can start jerking off together,
Totally.
which would also be a form of sex. Maybe you're both heterosexual sides. Do you know about sides?
What, like mozzarella sticks?
Okay, so we're going to cut off the segment here, get into your listener advice.
Listener advice.
Enjoy this.
Advice.
All right, honey, you've reached the end of AskDave, where we're getting to your listener questions. Don't have much this week. I also posted this like pretty abruptly, so there wasn't much time for y'all to get anything in. But for your reminder, if you would like us to answer any question that you have, go ahead and send an email to axdavecomedy@gmail.com. You can also go on Instagram at David is Comedy and hop into the AskDave Anything channel, where I'll usually post just a prompt, is let you guys like, hey, we'll give us some fucking questions, you fucking dorks.
Ask us some fucking questions.
And was it
successful?
Yeah, we got a couple of questions.
We got some questions?
It's a short question. It's the end of the show.
People asked us questions?
People ask us questions.
Ah.
So, and we're happy for that. We love hearing from you.
That's
so,
good.
it could be more serious, could be less serious. We're always happy to hear a bit. But also, also happy to hear what we got going on. So, if you have anything you want to ask us, go ahead and hop in there. We only have a few questions here right now, and we'll get into this. This first question is from Tuatrana, who asks, can you show how to throw that thing back violently? Violently, yeah.
That's we haven't addressed.
You gotta have
we haven't addressed ice really in this episode.
Yeah, what do you want to say about ice?
I'm just thinking we get a front line of all these thick Latinas throwing it back violently at the police.
And ICE is all bricked up. Like, we can't deport this.
We can't. They're trying to reach in to put the zip ties on, but their boners are blocking them. They can't even get in there. Or, you just shake it so violently, like when you've got a whole row of people shaking it violently, like butts just fucking going up and down. it could create like a sound wave. Like, you know, when the Hulk like claps his hands together and everybody falls over? Like, if there's like 50 cheeks clapping at once, it might do that same thing.
You know, they say that the way breasts developed is because Homo sapiens were so into butts that when they started to stand up straight, they needed some butts to look at up top.
Wow.
And that's tits. But you can get, if you're like an actual scientist who listens to this and can confirm that, go ahead and also like comment below on that.
Yeah. We would also start it if you want to start giving us advice.
Yeah,
we'll have another segment on the show where we could just read the advice you have given to us.
I actually did do that. I asked that earlier today, and a lot of people commented below some advice that they had for me.
Well, we're gonna do that next. Let's do a couple more questions. Let's do another question.
Okay, so yeah, and there's only like two more. Another person, also thank you to Atrana. You're always on the page. And
throw it back violently. How you throw it back violently? You throw it back at authority.
Mm-hmm. You show that authority who's boss.
Yeah.
Who's really authoritizing.
You try to deport me and my friends.
You're getting deported.
I'm gonna clap back, and this is how I'm gonna clap. I'm gonna make it clap back
with that ass. Mm-hmm. Squats, here I come. Anyway, here we go. This person, I_am_Sam asks, how do I afford food in this economy?
It's a hard one, right?
It's a hard one.
Food is so... We just went to Tommy's, and a burger was $16.
This is the combo. So it wasn't just the burger. How much do you think the burger was by itself?
$100. And they...
Okay.
And they knock everything else off because it's a combo.
Yeah.
They knock the other $85 off.
Well, I looked at the receipt, and it didn't seem like they were knocking nothing off.
They didn't knock shit off.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the issue. I've been having this issue with 7-Eleven, too, because I started using the 7-Eleven app so I can get points. And on it said, once you reach 5,000 points, you can get some chicken. You get like a 5-piece bone-in chicken.
You gotta spend like $800 to get
But I gotta spend like $800 fucking dollars for this, $6, which is being generous.
Yeah.
For its worth. The $6 fucking just plastic coated, plastic marinated buffalo chicken.
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
How do you feed yourself? You know, cannibalism.
Okay. Is it cannibalism?
I was just thinking the other day, you know Pennywise the clown?
Yeah.
Right? He lives in the sewer, right? He eats kids. His name's Pennywise. So he's very good with money. He's very frugal. He's wise about pennies. And I was thinking about it. Really, your life costs nothing if you live in the sewer and eat children. It's all free.
Okay.
It's all free. Yeah. So if you want to live for free, you could live in the sewer and eat children like Pennywise the clown.
Right.
It costs nothing.
Right. Okay. I'll give you a little bit more practical things you could maybe get some.
All right.
Maybe get like a bag. Highest cost thing you're gonna get what is it? Pressure cooker. Pressure cooker. Probably gonna spend $50 on that bad boy. Maybe a little bit more.
I think a lot more than that. Yeah.
60. I'll say 65. You get a good pressure cooker for between $50 to $70.
Okay, sure.
And you will be able to start getting bags of beans for $1.39, $1.50. You can pressure cook beans in 40 minutes and throw those into any soup. You can also pressure cook rice, which you can get for $1.19, and If you want to get pasta too, you don't need to pressure cook pasta. It cooks up very quickly. You can throw it in a pot.
And if you get sick of the economy and the government fucking you over so much that you have to eat rice and beans all day, you can fill that pressure cooker
I wasn't done.
with black powder. And it's actually a very great chamber to make an explosive in. A pressure cooker is a perfect vessel for a homemade explosive. So if you get sick of it and you're really sick of not being able to afford your food, you can use that pressure cooker for another way. You can do another thing with it.
Yeah, so my idea is start making rice and beans as a base, which I have a further recipe on, but I'm going to let you ask me that if you want it. Or you can go Travis's route of being a fucking terrorist.
They both require buying a pressure cooker, so I guess the advice is buy a pressure cooker.
Yeah, and both you'll need the pressure. You're gonna need the pressure cooker both. So
you need the pressure cooker either way. You're gonna go ahead and get that. Ninja, get at us. Not the streamer. Not the streamer. The food appliance brand.
I always love connecting with another ninja.
I think Ninja makes a food pressure cooker. I think my pressure cooker. No, it's an Instant Pot.
I got the Instant Pot too at our place. Also, Instant Pot.
I haven't made it into a bomb yet, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't.
You've got no bomb needing activities. You need to make a bomb. You have a whole City of Los Angeles police podium in your little studio. That you're doing nothing with other than just having
We should do more with the police podium that I have my apartment.
It's fun.
We got one more user question.
We have one more user question.
One more listener question.
This is from...
We're helping people.
This one is from AskAmi720, who says, how do I stop jorking it in broad daylight?
Oh, man, this is the same guy on Reddit, huh? How do you... In broad daylight, so that... This means in public? Because you can jerk it in broad daylight in private. In which case I say go for it.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to put a whole pause on this right now because I don't think this person is 18. And I don't want to give advice on anything sexual to somebody under the age of 18. Which will be a new rule for this whole podcast. If you want to ask us advice, please be 18 or over. I'm so sorry. I don't want to give anything.
I don't want to say keep jorking it in the sun to this child.
Like, what are we doing?
All right, we're gonna move on.
So we're gonna end it there.
We're not gonna. We can't end it there.
What do you mean?
Well, we're ending that segment there. Let's go into the advice that listeners are giving us.
Okay. Well,
that can't be the end of our podcast.
So this is advice that we got from you all this week.
You guys gave us advice for a change. That's what's happening here.
Period. So you gave advice to the Bacardi boys this week. This is what you got. We're not going to spend too much time on it. This person...
that's why I'm Bacardi. That's why they call me Bacardi. I'm Cardi-B.
That's your Cardi-B.
That's my Cardi-B, y'all. They got the Bacardi, and they cut out the B, and they put it at the end, and now I'm Cardi-B, y'all. You've done a Cardi-B impression on this podcast that was worse.
Not good.
That was way worse than mine.
To say it's worse is generous. Oh my god, we can talk about our card. Next week we'll both everybody.
She's Cardi B. I'm Bacardi Gold. I'm Cardi Gold. That's my name. I'm Cardi Gold. I'm a different one.
Yeah.
Because isn't her sister also named like Tanqueray or something?
I didn't know she had a fucking sister.
She's got a sister that's named like Smirnoff or something.
Smirnoff?
Yeah.
Smirnoff B.
Smirnoff. She's got a sister named Captain Morgan. Just did the thing again. Let's see. Cardi-B's sister, Hennessy. Her sister's named Hennessy.
Hennessy, Carolina.
Yeah. She's Cardi B. Her sister's Hennessy.
Okay, well.
It's not Tanqueray. It's not Smirnoff. It's Hennessy. I was close.
Yeah.
Like if we were at a party and I was like, who's that girl we met? Her name was like Tanqueray, Smirnoff. Was her name Jägermeister?
And she'd be like, are y'all talking about me?
What's your name?
My name Hennessy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you.
All right, let's get into that. We've gone over too much. Okay, we have some quick.
All right, quick advice
you got for me.
Advice you gave
advice
us.
for me, Dave. This week. This is from 2-Ton Cinnabon, who says, "Never ask a deaf man what his favorite color is." Who I said, I don't know what I don't think you know what deaf means.
Yeah, I don't think so either. 2-Ton Cinnabon's written in before. I think keep writing in.
Yeah, keep writing in. We love hearing from you,
2-Ton.
This one's from Tuatrana, who we got some questions from a little earlier. If the police can have more than 10 rounds, civilians should also.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I often am like, all right, if they're going to have non-lethal weapons, why can't I shoot beanbags at the police?
Because they're not lethal.
They're not lethal.
Not lethal. You can't die. We're not ending a life. This person, the _ Cowboy Zeus, says, to improve posture while standing, pretend you're shooting people in the head with lasers coming out of your nipples.
That's a really great tip.
That is a great tip.
Zero. You have to be pretty tall, though. I guess not if you're pointing your nipples up.
I think if you're short and looking at a tall person, you're already looking up.
But your nipples are still kind of going out to the sides, kind of straight ahead. Your nipples, as you arc your back, your nipples don't really point up.
Well, if you went to art school, I don't think most people have that same understanding of how the body moves and like the little points on it.
If you're really tall. If you're tall.
In my mind, I'm always thinking, hey, my nipples are always pointing straight ahead.
Yeah, go like this. And now give me good posture. Oh, yeah, that's kind of shooting me in the face. You went up. You went. Okay, that's doing it. Yeah, that's solid advice. Who gave this? Who gave this?
This
advice?
is from _Cowboy Zeus.
The Cowboy Zeus.
The Cowboy Zeus.
Another repeat offender. We like a Cowboy Zeus.
Please either ask advice or give us advice. You got some good shit in your stories. Let me make sure this person is over 18.
Yeah, I think the Cowboy Zeus.
So far, it looks like it. They are
fell in love with a lesbian. Became a lesbian.
Yeah.
In a previous episode, the Cowboy Zeus asked about that.
This person.
Hope that's going well for you, Cowboy.
This person's over 18. I'm getting really stressed from now on. Single _emu, a longtime listener, always love hearing from you. They say, I don't know, LMAO.
As advice?
As advice. They're like, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Laughing.
I like that they still felt the need to write that in, though. Mm-hmm. You know, like, I don't know, but I'm going to tell you I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the advice. That's like, you don't have to know.
I'd like a bitch that is very honest about what they don't know.
You don't have to know.
You don't know the answer, Sway. For my millennials listening to this. You don't know the answer, Sway. You don't know the answers. You don't know the answer, Sway. All All right, moving on. We got K.N.D.2.3, which I don't really know what you're trying to get with that.
KND23?
Whatever. This person says, are they 18 though? Yes.
You're just doing by a vibe check. You look at their face.
I'm looking at their Instagram and I'm like, this seems like okay.
Don't know if that holds up in court.
I really don't. Then that's a crazy thing. I think they're good. Okay, I think they are an adult. For sure, after looking at their...
All right, good.
Shit. Okay, this person asks, this person says, never ask if you can buy cigarettes with food stamps.
Damn.
To which I ask them, good to know. I'm curious how you learned this lesson. Did it involve getting your ass kicked?
Did it? Did they respond?
No, they didn't respond.
Because I would say you're not going to the right corner store. If you can't get a Lucy for some food stamps, probably go to a different spot.
Yeah. Well, that brings us to the end of AskDave. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and email them into AskDaveComedy@gmail.com or go on David Is Comedy on Instagram and hop into the chat channel. Be on the lookout.
Got the broadcast channel.
We got that broadcast channel.
Ooh, sorry.
That's okay. I don't say bless you.
I don't think you should.
Yeah, me neither. So then
I don't want anybody to bless me.
Yeah. I was gonna save that for myself. But for all y'all, if you want to get in touch with us, we're very easy to get into. Comment on one of the videos. Let your buddies know about that this exists and all that. Travis, do you have anything you want to plug before we end the show?
This podcast, like it, subscribe to it.
Like it.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Wherever you get your podcast,
Leave
go ahead.
a review. The reviews really actually matter.
Yeah.
They actually push us and do shit. So you just do it.
Yeah.
You're listening to you got all the here to the end of the podcast.
With your bitch ass.
If you aren't subscribing,
yeah.
The fuck are you doing?
Just listening, and who's that really helping out? Yourself?
Maybe the robot you're in love with.
Yeah. Yeah, your robot lover. Have fun with that motherfucker. You fucking what? Oh, okay.
All right, bye.
Hey, well, we'll see you next week. And also, before we go, here's some advice you can take with you for the rest of your days. If you're in a pinch and you just need a bunch of rice real quick, get a pressure cooker, because you can make rice in like 15 to 20 minutes, honey. And that's on my Instapot. Not sponsored, by the way. Suck my cock, and I will.
Boom.
Boom.